Hey, if you're someone that consistently plays video games or is someone in the video game community, that does stuff online, then unless you've been living under a rock, which you obviously haven't because you were playing video games or being specifically in video game community, then you've obviously heard of Super Mario Odyssey and the greatness that it specifically is. So here we are, here's the review of Super Mario Odyssey. Okay, so the gameplay. Now, the gameplay is like the traditional 3D Mario, like in depth with Super Mario 64, and this is technically the 5th time they've done this, and it's actually been a long time since we've gotten a game like this. I guess you could count Super Mario 3D World and Land, but those did a creative job of fusing the two individual categories of 2D and 3D and putting them together, creating an entirely different type of game. And I'm not really sure if these would be considered a series and more of a genre because they're not really listed. It's not like they're keep on calling them Super Mario 64 1 through 5 because that'd be kind of weird. But whatever. Okay, so the stage design in this game, while yes, it could be qualified as having similar resemblance to the other 3D Mario games, is so fresh and original, due to one specific feature. The Cappy feature, and I'm sure you've already heard about this or at least seen it. Basically, Mario has a hat with eyes instead of a hat with an M, which also is pretty much what the whole storyline is about. Yeah, okay, Mario and Peach are getting married. Bowser just breaks in like a gangsta, and then, he just goes in, and then Mario's hat gets wrecked, so they move like a human and has eyes that can fly, and it goes on Mario's head, and he can throw it and possess other things. And yes, this is an extremely handy feature, and you can do lots of other cool things with the hat, and the control translates perfectly for no matter when you're playing or what specifically you're playing with the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, you can do the two separate Joy-Cons. You can do the one specific controller with the two Joy-Cons and the dock for the Joy-Cons that is put together. Or if you have it specifically attached to the Nintendo Switch screen, it'll translate perfectly. Yeah, the loose Joy-Cons, yeah, it does use Motion Plus, which some people could qualify as bad, but I think it's fine due to the proper control translation. But basically, yeah, Cappy is like a really cool feature and everything. But think about it, isn't it kind of weird that Mario can just go around and possessing another body? And they do a good job of making it over the top as they can. First of all, you could do things like you could possess anything, and yeah, then there's a hat that can. Yes, like I already mentioned, the possessive feature does resemble a lot of what the gameplay represents, which requires you to do that, which some people may not like, but it only increases the fun and the slight challenge of the level design. For example, there's these ugly nose stone things I don't bother to Google the name of, but they, as you see, they have sunglasses, and you could flip them up or down while you're possessed as the ugly stone things to unlock hidden area, which is, yes, it's required to do it, but it specifically increases the challenge very well. And keep in mind, there's lots of other things that you can do for replayability, such as collect every single moon in the game. Yeah, that's a lot, and plus a lot of them are hard, but a majority of them you are required to receive to progress in the game, because, well, yeah, similar to Super Mario 3D World, there was parts where you'd get the moons or whatever, and you only needed enough of them, usually like almost all of them that you would get from normally beating one level to just progress in the game. But yeah, a lot of them are required to progress in the game, not only just to go to the next portion of the game, but also just to mainly get other bonus features. And yeah, there's a lot of extra stuff, like I already mentioned, that wouldn't be qualified as necessary, but are still extremely welcome to the overall game. Well, first of all, there's the fact that you actually can change the design of Mario with lots of preset costumes, and you can mix and match and whatever, but it's actually a very cool, unnecessary feature that has never been really 3D Mario game, or really just Mario game period. There's lots of other cool extra features that just increase the enjoyability of the game. Like, there are segments where you play as 2D Mario, calling a throwback to the NES days. Featured in any of it, but I know this wasn't in really the sort of style that I specifically review in, if you compare it to my other game reviews. But here's something I also don't usually do. I do it on 1 to 10 scale, and this game, without a doubt, deserves a 10.